I wanted to share this
Oh,
story
you were
with
still
y'all.
gonna talk about what's her name, right? The Baxters or
Yeah,
something, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure y'all probably familiar with the Baxter family. Um, the with the
Mm-hmm.
little boy with osteogenesis. It's a little black family, little boy named Byron,
Mm-hmm.
and he was born. His body is deformed, and he has what they used to call brittle bones disease.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, they're really popular on a lot of the social media channels and whatnot. So, I follow the family or what have you, and I have for a while. So, the mom came on yesterday morning, and you know how you just click by happened up on the page, and I went ahead and I listened in while I was getting dressed. And what attracted my attention is because she said the first things out of her mouth was pray for my son. So while I'm on her live, listening to her live, she was talking about how her son struggled with a mental illness or what have you, with depression, and how he kept, on and off saying that would threaten to commit suicide and what have you. So she said that about 10 o'clock in the morning that she had gotten a text from someone of a message that had been circulating throughout the night or whatever regarding her son being in a car accident, but no one called her, so she didn't find out about it until yesterday morning. So
What?
she started calling her. He was talking to his ex-girlfriend apparently, and crashed his car, and she said she saw him go forward, and the phone went black, but she didn't call 911, and she didn't call his mom or anything. She just started to screenshot it and started this text going around talking about how stupid he was and all this, that, and the other. But she never called her mom, never called anyone. So when
You
the
the
mom,
stupid one?
girl, so the mom comes on, she's on live and she's talking about it. She said, "Now we don't know where my son is. I've been at his house. He's not at home. He's not answering his phone. We don't know where to start looking. Like he could be on the side of the road, dead or something. We don't know." And so she's talking, and all the time she's talking, she's steady dialing his phone number, hoping that he would pick up. And
Mm-hmm.
so while she's talking, all of a sudden, dialing his number, somebody picks up the phone. She's like, "Wait a minute, who has my son's phone?" Y'all, when I tell you the voice on the phone was a lady, and the lady said, "Is this Mrs. Russell?" She said, "Yes." She said, "Ma'am, are you driving right now? Are you alone?" She stopped. She said, "Who is this?" She said, "Ma'am, this is," I'm just going to say, Jill St. John from Gwinnett
Mm-hmm.
County Medical Examiner. Y'all, tears, I just started screaming. Because I'm reacting. When they said it, she said, "Babe, medical examiner, that's where they take dead people. Is my son dead? Is my son dead?" She just, oh my God, y'all, she just panicked. Longer the short of it, this boy crashed his car into some trees and committed suicide.
And his girlfriend was on the phone with him the whole
His
time.
ex-girlfriend on the phone with him, y'all, watched it happen and didn't call his mama and say nothing.
He probably could have been saved had she called
Had
911.
she called
But tell him
911,
what she posted on her social media.
she posted on the social media, she called him stupid. She said he was dumb. She they circulated a picture or whatever between, not on her social media, I'm sorry, on text. So she sent the text to his another ex-girlfriend, a whole bunch of other people that she knew of him, but never called his mama. What? So she said, when you seen, she said, I just want you to know that my son is dead. And you watched him kill himself. And you didn't even call me. You didn't call 911.
She didn't call the police.
You laughed about it. And you
was joking with her friends about it on text messages or something.
With her friends about it. Why that baby? She saw him go through the windshield. She saw him. But this girl still was in shock. Didn't believe. She said, I gotta. No. You're telling me this. How do you know it's my son? You're on his phone. You have his phone. Oh my God.
And the mom was live the whole time on Facebook. She was live the whole time.
She was live the whole time. She actually forgot she was on live for a minute because she dropped the phone. And she was just talking. And she was going in and out of reality. Like one day she'd talk real calm. The next minute she panicking. Then she was real calm. Then she was panicking again. It was just something traumatic to watch.
Just said.
She got to the coroner's office where that baby's body was. She had been to another place.
And the mother was still alive.
She was still alive. She went to another place, the place where his body was at. She was like, still, like, okay, how do I know this is my son? You all could be telling me anything. It could be somebody else. It's somebody that had stolen his wallet or anything. I don't know. They said, well, we have a picture. Let me see the picture. When she looked at that picture, she's still alive. She looked at that picture, y'all, and saw that baby's picture. She didn't say nothing. Tears just started flowing. Her mouth was open, and her husband spoke up and said, that's our son. Man, after that, the inspector and them were telling her, we're going to do everything we can to figure out exactly what happened. When was the last time you talked to him? Who do you know? And that's what she told him, that he talked, what he said, which was, he told the girl, that's what you probably was talking about, Tanya. He told the girl, I'd rather do it where my mother can find my body because I don't want her to have to look for me. So he crashed his car into some trees in an area where they would be able to find his body.
Mm-hmm. And his name is Cyrus Baxter.
Cyrus Russell.
And he was 24. He was he 24 or 20?
He was 20.
20 years old.
Yep. And this is the thing. She said her conversation with her son the night he did it. She talked to him about 10 o'clock. The girl talked to him about 10:30. The examiner said that she called. She pronounced him at 11:55.
Mm-hmm.
So you realize that whether the person was dead at that time or not, it was when they discovered is when they actually pronounced it.
Yeah.
But the coroner, they can't go back and say, well, he must have been dead about such and such a time because of the condition of the body, the rigor mortis, da 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 da. So she pronounced him at 11:55.
So that means he lasted a whole hour.
The last time she, almost 2 hours. The last time she talked to him, well, about an hour and a half. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So the girl said she talked when he crashed, it was about 10:30. So he was there from 10:30 until they pronounced him.
But even though the girl is, I just don't get it. Like, even if that's your ex, your current enemy, somebody you don't like, a stranger, like he crashed last night into some trees and the girl watched him take his own life. She didn't call his mother. Instead, she texts her
These
friends.
These kids are so desensitized. They are so desensitized.
She texted her friends and made jokes about it.
Screenshot it.
That's crazy.
So she probably screenshot him going through the freaking windshield.
That's crazy. But like I told Sislo, what's crazy to me as well is when the mom found out her son was dead while she was live on Facebook, she remained live. She went to the corner on live. She spent her whole day on live on Facebook. And I was like, get off of social media. Like a lot of people like, get off of social media, go handle your business. But she was live the entire time. Like I thought that was really strange. Like I understand you all about your clicks and views on social media, and you got 100,000 followers and subscribers. But if my child was to die and somebody called me, that phone is being dropped, the live is going off, and I'm going to go grieve my child. But she was on live like all day long.
Let me tell you what made her.
When did she finally go off live?
Let me tell you, she's still on back and forth, and I'll tell you why in a sec. Why she's mentioned in a second. But girl, today, you remember now up until this point, all she saw was a picture. So she had to go. They told her the only way she would be able to actually see him is once she released him to a funeral home. Then she could go to the funeral home and see him. She chose to cremate him. That was her choice, was to cremate him or what have you. Because she said she wanted to have him with her. She wasn't ready to release him or what have you. So she got picked off the urn and all that. Well, today was the day that they told her she could see him before they cremated him. She was on live when she went in the funeral.
Don't tell me she still was on live.
Wait. Listen, let me finish.
Let
me finish. Listen to this. She was walking in the funeral home. The director stopped her and said, "Are you on live?" She said, "Yes." He said, "You on Facebook or something?" She said, "Yes." He said, "Well, you don't want to go in. You can't go in here." She said, "This is my only time being able to see my son. And I want to document everything that I have because I will never see him again after this. Because you're going to cremate him. I got to do this. This is the way I need to do it."
But everybody else don't need to see it.
But everybody else, she could have recorded it. She didn't have to be live. She could have recorded it.
Listen. When she walked into that room, he said, "Okay." When she walked into the room where he was, she said, "Babe, his eye. And she looked at the funeral director and said, "You're right. And she cut it off.
But my thing is still, you didn't have to go live for 24, 48 hours this whole time. If you wanted to document all this, you could have just recorded it. You could have took pictures. That to me, I'm sorry, rest in peace to her son, but that's clout chasing. She was totally clout chasing the entire time.
My thing is, I wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have done it. A lot of people. But everybody deals with grief different, and I can't say nothing.
I understand that, but those are crazy things that YouTubers and people on social media do for clicks and views. That is not something that a normal person would do. They're not going to show their loved one's dead body. They're not going to do all that live. Like live where the whole world can see.
I wouldn't. You wouldn't. But again.
And probably a million other people probably wouldn't either.
I wouldn't.
But there are people who do that. That's just like
I know there are people who do that.
I mean, but that's just like I wouldn't go to. But that's like people who go to funerals and take pictures of the dead body.
Exactly. But I'm saying in this situation,
but some people would.
There's normally in this situation people with big platforms and a lot of followers. Your everyday person who does not have all these people watching them all the time. They're not famous and stuff like that. They're not going to do that. This is stuff that people do when they have a lot of followers. They get a lot of publicity. That's one of the things that people criticize.
Not always.
But that's one of the things that people criticize. But that's one of the things that people criticize. People who are who are social media gurus or whatever you want to call it.
Right, I got you. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like a lot of people who have followed, like I said, this is a click and view thing. I know she's probably grieving, and again, rest in peace to her child. But there's no way I'm gonna sit online talking to y'all, and somebody just told me my son died. There's no way. I'm gonna hang up the phone and start calling people, calling this person, calling that one, verifying, making sure I'm putting on my shoes, I'm putting on my clothes, I'm packing up the kids, locking up the door, and I'm out of there. She was literally on live for 48 hours.
But what Cisco was saying, that's what you would do.
Yeah, she wouldn't take calls from nobody else. She said,
of course, because she was on live.
It was other times that she changed it. And she gave her number out on live by mistake, not thinking. But she said she just did all she wanted to do was vent on she didn't want anybody to talk back.
I understand venting like after everything's taken care of and you jump online here and there. I gotta talk to you guys, let you know what's going on, update you guys on things. But she literally that was very strange. And on top of that, she allegedly, I saw the reports and stuff. She was involved in some scams a couple of years ago. So a lot of people was coming at her on the live, like, "What are you doing? Get off live!" Like, because a lot of people know her from being an alleged scam artist and using her sick children to make all these GoFundMes and all these different things. So. That, along with what recently happened to her son and her up here on live on a social media app where she can get like all these monetary gain and stuff like that. I mean, it makes you think like, what is wrong with you? Like, this is a personal, tragic situation. And I was watching like, what the I'm like, dude, they just told you the medical examiner. Why are you still on here? Yeah. Like, click off. There's just certain times you just need to click off. Like,
but there are some people who are addicted to being on social media.
And that's what I'm saying. This ain't normal behavior. This is that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying it's an addiction, just like there are people who are addicted to like plastic surgery. You wouldn't be addicted to it.
There's certain people with large platforms, certain people with followers who will damn near record and go live on everything. And that's what was going on.
But it's the same thing with these Instagram influencers. They posting everywhere they go. They gotta wake up.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. I'm not picking and choosing people here. I'm saying it's people like that, like people who influencers, people with large followings that will do anything for a click and a fucking view. And that's what she was doing. Bottom line, that's what she was doing. Like you going to the funeral home to look at your dead child who you have yet to see, and you want the whole entire world to see it with you.
No, she was. I don't think she was gonna show.
If that man wouldn't have told her to turn that phone off,
she still didn't.
She still would. She still would have. If he wouldn't have said nothing, though, she probably would have walked in there and recorded everything. He wouldn't have told her.
It was when she seen her child that she turned it off.
But I'm saying it's like, never mind.
Yeah, once she still went in there with it on, but once she saw him,
I know she did, and that's what I'm saying. If he wouldn't have said anything to her at all, she probably would have kept it rolling. If he didn't say anything to her at all, that's what I'm saying. She probably wouldn't, because he was telling her like, "You don't want to do this. Why are you doing this?"
Right?
Like that's common sense, though. Why are you doing this? Ain't no way I'm gonna go in there and my mama dead on a slab and I'm gonna be live. Like that's ridiculous. But anyway, rest in peace to her son, because it was a tragic death. The girlfriend, she needs to be slapped. She needs to be slapped. I would, Lord Jesus.
But I do feel bad. I mean, I do. I couldn't have done it, because I probably wouldn't have been able to talk. I'm not gonna lie.
But then again, if you had 150,000 followers, you probably would have because like Carmel Diva said, some people they addicted to that attention, that those followers, those
it couldn't have been
and they just
it could have been me. I'm cut from a different cloth, but just like you were saying, I mean I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't know. I guess I don't know, boo. I hate
it's sad. I mean, regardless if she was live or not, what happened to her son, him committing suicide, that is sad. And a lot of people
my point is that the fact that mental illness is nothing to play with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't take it for granted that, if your kid is telling you that they can't cope or they can't hang or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, because wasn't this like the second or third attempt?
No, he's been suicidal for most of his adult life, for all his adult life, from what she's saying. He was mentally ill.
Yeah.
And he wrote her a letter a month ago, right before she had the baby, and said the only reason why I don't want to kill myself right now is because, Mom, I don't want you to hurt any more than you've hurt. And you're about to have my first baby sister, this, that, and the other, which she has an older daughter that they don't have.
You said she gave her daughter up for adoption, the oldest one, right?
Oh my God, it's more, and oh my God, the way that she was talking to this girl. In that, I felt bad for that baby. I mean, I felt real bad for her daughter. I mean, girl, the way she was talking to that child, don't know mother ever need.
No, I heard Sky from Black Ink say some shit to her son. Like when she said she should have swallowed him.
Girl,
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I remember that was like a couple of years ago on Black Ink.
She told her.
But what did she say to the daughter?
She said, "You was just you ugly, just like your father." And
how old is the daughter when she told her that? How old was she?
She's 20-something years old. This was like not too long ago. They had a bad falling out on social media.
On live. See what I'm saying?
No, not on live, but it was on I don't know. I think somebody like Shade Room or somebody like they got a hold of it.
So it was on some type of social for them to get hold of it. Girl, it was on some type of social media. They probably deleted it later. That's probably what happened.
The way that she was like, it ain't deleted because the messages is out there. The way she was talking.
No, I'm talking about the person who originally posted it probably deleted it. But the Shade Room, they get your shit right away. Like a lot of people on YouTube, you know how they post stuff and delete it? The Shade Room already got it. Not only the Shade Room, but what's the other one? Lipstick Alley.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Lipstick
and
Alley.
Gossip and all of that.
Yep. But the Shade Room was the one who had talked about her on her what was it? The on the scams. Hold up. Matter of fact, hold up. Keep talking. I'm about to pull it up.
So yeah, she it was just really ugly the way she was talking to that girl though. She was like, I ain't never loved you, ain't no love lost.
But why would she tell her that? Like, what was they arguing about? Like, what happened for her to say that to her?
Somebody,
and this was the child she gave away, right?
Right. This was the one she gave up for adoption.
So it must have been some type of open adoption where she still was able to reach out to her.
Either that
or maybe
or
the girl found her.
Oh.
Yeah, the girl found her, and something had happened where her adopted mom or somebody put her out or something like that, and she called on her, and she wouldn't open the door for her or something.
What?
Yup, and she said that you should have known when I didn't open the door for you that I ain't care nothing about you. You was just a kid that I gave you. Wait a minute, a kid that didn't make the cut. Something to that grade. Well, girl, it was really nasty. It was very hurtful. Like stuff like that, I would never ever say it to my child. I don't care how mad I could have ever got. I could never talk to any of my children.
Oh, wow. That is.
She talked to her so bad, girl. It was like the daughter started cussing her out back, and it was, girl. It was
okay, hold up. I found it. Okay, I found it. Okay, so the daughter's name is Ashley Harrigan. And she had posted. This was in November of this was like in 2018. And the daughter posted, so my biological mother, Ebonie Marie Baxter, is a public figure, and so is my little brother, as y'all may know, which is cool. However, she decided to post me on her page saying I resented her for being adopted and basically making me look like I'm the reason she's not a part of my life. Let's be real. Being adopted was a blessing, and I knew her all my life. But when I was 17 and said I like females, I was bashed and disowned, as you can see in these messages. And this is why I feel the way I feel about her. So everyone in her comments talking about I have to get over the fact that I was given up, needs to learn adoption, then turn me resentful. Being bashed did. But I was over that part and all was forgiven until you try to use a lie as a platform. I don't care who feels away either. God bless. And that's what happened. And so again, it was on social media. Like I said, the stuff had to be posted on social media for and this is what am I reading from? I'm reading from Lipstick Alley for them to be able to get it. So yeah, it was like and then what she said was 22 years ago, this is what's her name? The Baxter lady, Ebonie, what's her real name? Ebonie. Okay, she posted in that 22 years ago, she gave birth to a little girl and named her Ashley. When I was 10 months old, I was homeless teen in New York with absolutely nothing to offer her. So I sacrificed my pride and my heart and gave her up for adoption. Throughout the years, I have stayed in contact with her. However, she does hold resentment in her heart towards me because I gave her up. There's nothing I can do about that, nor is that a road I'm interested in traveling. What I can say is that who she is because of the parents I gave her up to. So there must have been something like the part you read about where she said she wished she wouldn't have had her and all that other stuff. And that's why the daughter was mad, because they was thinking that the daughter was mad because she was given up for adoption. She was like, no, I wasn't mad about that. I was mad about what my mother said on social media about wishing she never had me and all this kind of other stuff.
Right. And she also because she was gay, because
because she liked girls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And, so it's just, and then now also Ebonie was also a drug addicted stripper. Yeah, she was a drug addict, and which is why she doesn't drink anymore. Because she kept saying, I want to drink, I wish I could have a drink, but I can't, and this, that, and the other. But she's a recovering addict. So she, you know what I'm saying? She and her son's mentally ill. Come on now. So she
on their IG, they got like 1 million followers for the Baxter boys, the little Byron and Blake. The little
and I told you my niece knows her. I ain't gonna say in what capacity.
Now, who is this lady? Who is she? The mother?
Ebonie Marie Baxter. Ebonie, Ebonie, Marie Baxter.
I mean, but who is she?
She's nobody, really. It's her sons who made her famous, basically. Her son who has that disease. I'm not saying she's nobody like that, but you know what I mean? Like, she's not famous. She's not a celebrity. She's not, but because of her sons having this large following from her sons who have that disease or got the disease that Mrs. Slow was talking about in the beginning. It's called osteogenesis. Yeah, osteogenesis imperfecta, which is a rare bone disease.
The brittle bone disease.
Yeah, they done made like lots and lots of money from their children for them putting their children on social media and having a large following for posting about, their children over their lives or whatever. So that's who she is. That's who the mother is. Yeah. So, but yeah, she did give away her oldest daughter, her biological daughter, and they did have some type of beef on social media. But yeah, still in all, I've condolences to her son, because
Yes.
I can't imagine my son being killed or committing suicide. It's very sad. It's very sad. But still, that girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, I'm telling you, she would never want to see me if I was in that position. She would never want to cross my paths. Like, never, ever, 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 ever. That is so wrong. You wouldn't do a dog like that. If you saw a dog lying beside the road, dying, got hit by a car, you would stop and see if that dog was okay. I mean,
I wouldn't, but I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just using that for an example. What you're saying. But if you see somebody crash, like a human being, if you see them crash and you got a cell phone, you can at least call. Even if you don't stay, you can at least call, send the police squad. You could have saved their life. He could have been bleeding internally. We don't know exactly how he died, but that's just,
it's just wrong all the way around. And
I can't understand.
Look, we all got to meet the Creator, and we all gonna have to stand before Him one day. So,
hey, Tony Dimples.
She gonna have to stand there on Judgment Day and atone for her sins herself.
You up there passing the screenshots of the crash to your friends through text messages, calling the boy stupid, and I that would never leave my mind if I was the mother. That part right there. What kind of person? What kind of person?
Like, what kind of people raised you? Who, you know how we used to say, who raised you?
Who raised you?
Who raised you?
I don't get it.
Her mom used to work for her. That's how she knew, how she met her.
Her mom used to work for Ebonie?
Yes. That's how they met. Yeah.
Now, what do you mean work for Ebonie? What was she doing for Ebonie?
I didn't know in what capacity, but maybe a nanny or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That, like I said, these kids are so desensitized nowadays. Nothing seems to faze them.
And everything gotta go on social media.
Everything has to be posted on social media. Everything has to be shared. Everything is not for everything. Just like we said earlier, everything ain't for everything. Everybody, same thing. Everything that goes on with you in your life does not need to be shared.
Exactly.
Everything. And for you to be, how do you look at yourself in the morning? Really, how do you look at yourself knowing what you did or what you could have done?
I would love to talk to her. I would love to talk to her. And like, what type of relationship?
But she would, you know what?
Why did y'all break up? Why?
She's the kind of person, I can tell you now, just from her doing what she did or didn't do. She's the kind of person that would not receive what you're trying to say.
I don't even want to say anything.
You would be blaming her.
I just want to
wouldn't take it.
Explanation.
She would be. I bet you. I bet money.
I just want an honest
explanation. The kind of girl to be like, you ain't gonna tell me no. You can't tell me shit. I don't care who you are. You ain't my mama and this and that and blah blah. I wouldn't even tell her shit. I just want to know, like, what did he do to you for you to not call for him? Like, what happened? That's how she would come off. If anybody that was there and laughed about this,
she said they were arguing, and she told him, "Go kill yourself." No,
I remember reading that, or I remember you saying that, or the mom said that or something. But even still, after most of the time when you tell somebody go kill themselves, you don't really mean it. And if they really do go out and do it, you kind of feel like, oh my God, a little guilt. But he actually, you didn't hear about it later. You didn't hear about it the next day that he killed himself. You saw it. And you did nothing. Like, didn't you have some little shred of guilt? Like, this man really
That's my part. She seen him go through the window, y'all.
But listen, she
Before
may
the phone drop. She may,
but she may have. I'm gonna tell you this. We sitting here and we criticizing and judging her, but she's probably a young girl and thought that she might be in trouble for seeing it.
Nah, I don't think that's the case, because you sitting in text messages around this fool, you laughing and joking about it. Nah, she wasn't thinking about being in trouble. Hey, Tiana. What's up, girl?
Hey, Tiana.
Long time no see, boo. But that's just crazy. Again, condolences, though, to... It's a lot of people that lost their lives. Nene Leakes, her husband, Greg Leakes, lost his life, lost his battle to cancer. Yeah. Michael, what's his last name again? Michael K. Williams, the actor from The Wire and a lot of other movies and TV shows. He been in a lot of stuff. And then the Baxter boy, Cyrus. Who else did we mention?
We mentioned Raheem's dogs.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I mean, we did.
Jaheem's dog, the one that he starved to death. Rest in peace. But see, at least we know that dog going to doggy heaven. At least we know that for sure.
You don't know who that dog could have bit. He could have bit a whole bunch of people.
That dog could have been reincarnated.
I know they say all dogs go to heaven, but somebody... Anyway, I'm going to shut up.
Who else died this week?
I'm going to shut up for somebody sick Peter on me.